Hey Cancer, how's it going? It's MJ from I UNPLUG, and I'm just slowly getting through the August general intuitive readings for the I UNPLUG community, or any of you guys that stumble upon this channel. If you resonate with the readings, it could be that there's some messages for you, and it's always my intention to find and deliver the most divine and highest guidance for everybody who finds themselves here. So this reading is for the astrological sign of Cancer. And again, anyone who stumbles upon seeking spiritual guidance in whatever you're dealing with in life. I'm an intuitive and highly sensitive empath. So the cards help direct a message, but the readings don't necessarily look like traditional tarot. It's all just guided by the intuition. And that's why when we resonate with readers, it's to do with our unique vibration and how we're aligned in this world. And so when we find readers that we resonate with, those readers, healers, teachers, those people are meant for us during that time in our lives, ultimately. Hey, Rootsy! How are you, chica? So this is for the Cancers. Yeah, you know it. It's the Sun, Moon, Rising vibrashe. I am Aries Sun, Capricorn Ascendant, Virgo Moon. I tend to watch a fair bit of the Capricorn readings as well. So there's a Wheel of Fortune there, and that can often mean a windfall of sorts, a just plop drop of money, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so just a few more cards for the Cancers now. Okay. So underneath the deck, there's the 10 of Wands. So there's still a sense of carrying burdens. Okay, so let's just read the cards. We have a Two of Cups in reverse. with a 9 of Cups. So that's sort of telling me that there's been maybe like a failed romance, but it's a good thing. So some cup of love, some offer, it didn't work out, or it's not working out, and yet it's actually bringing you a sort of emotional fulfillment. It's almost like the sun was not shining on that relationship, and as you lay down the burden of that love relationship, it brings a sense of fulfillment. The sense of fulfillment is then what's helping to bring in this wheel of fortune, this sense of benevolence, this good tidings, things coming your way. And as stuff is coming in, it's helping you to lay to rest the past battles, the past victories and sort of failures. And you're holding a sword close to your chest, because then you have the 4 of Pentacles as well. So regardless of having this sense of greater emotional, I'm reading this 9 of Cups in the context of a simple sense of more stability within yourself after ending this affair, ending this romance, this sort of faulty cup of love. That it's not like you're the traditional 9 of Cups, but rather there's a greater sense of balance within yourself. And then because of that, there's this reward or a sense of I'm hearing just like a miraculous windfall. And the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles here, it just feels like you're kind of keeping yourself to yourself. You're keeping your pentacles to yourself. Especially with the 9 of Cups teamed up with that Lover in reverse. I feel there was an imbalance in that relationship. You were overgiving, you were overspending, and the sun really wasn't shining down upon it. It was a burdensome relationship for you. And you letting it go, you realizing this is not the love for you, is actually helping to bring in more grace, more miraculous vibrashe into your life. And in the interim, you're just sitting tight. You're laying to rest. You're restoring yourself. You're stacking up your sort of life. Maybe you're in this life review. And you're wanting to just be still, basically, in this review phase. Because then we have the 6 of Wands, which is like a victory card, a triumph card, like you're coming home to yourself and it's starting to feel really good. It's starting to feel really good, and within that, you're going to be able to start a new cycle. And then we have a whole bunch of Pentacles, which is really cool because you have the Windfall. Underneath the Windfall, you have the 9 of Pentacles. This is one of my like favorite cards in the deck because she's just this mega empowered, sovereign being, and it's she. So she's got her own pentacles. She's got her own bird. She's got her own things going on. And the way the cards are laid, the world is in reverse underneath the 2 fours, the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, which is this feeling of like withdrawal, lay to rest, holding on tight, next to the Chariot in reverse, which tells me that you're not rushing ahead, you're not maybe falling back into the same old patterns, and that's also what brings you success. And then you're able to embrace more of your own 9 of Pentacles energy, which to me, again, is like sovereignty, independence, financial independence. And then that sense of independence is ultimately what's going to turn your world around. There's this King of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, which means I feel like you're feels like you're still waiting for a king. It feels like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and you're sort of readying yourself to embrace a King of Pentacles, somebody who can meet you financially, somebody who is also totally on their game, you could say, because over here we have a Queen of Cups. So I feel like the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles is representative of you and the energies that you're working with. As far as you're a bit protected, you're really staying hold of your things, and yet as this windfall comes in, you're starting to feel more empowered. You're ready to embrace a new cycle, but you're sitting on it still. You're not quite making movement forward because you're protecting your heart. You're protecting yourself. This King of Pentacles is studious, I'm hearing. Somebody who puts the work in and knows himself, right? We know in general readings they can all cross over and all that, so feel free to do that. So the Queen of Cups, there's good reason to protect yourself in this reading right now. The Page of Swords in reverse next to the Page of Cups. This could be a kid. This could be children, I feel, that are like irritating you, I'm hearing. Like you're just getting a little bit irritated by like the distractions around you. And so I'm feeling this like really, really withdrawing. Hence the two fours here, really coming back into yourself so that you can assess all the situations, assess what you've been through, assess what you're wanting to let go of, how far you've come, all the things that you're able to achieve within yourself, the stuff that you're letting go of, like the past burdens, like the past losses, I'm hearing, the failed relationships perhaps. And you're getting ready to embrace a new cycle, but you're not quite there. There's still there's such a sense from this whole reading of like a review. Like she's looking down at her cups. He's looking down at his pentacles. She's looking over at her possessions, right? She's looking over at her possessions. She's stacking everything up and sitting on it. Again, that makes sense to me with this sort of reading, where when we've had a loss, when we've had, something not go in the way that we thought it was going to go, i.e. a loving match, a loving union that goes to poop, where the sun was never really shining down upon it, and then that goes away, we drop the burden, we get this windfall of benevolence. It doesn't just have to be cash. It could be just a whole bunch of new energy coming in. It could be a sense of just good tidings, basically, which help to uplift you, making you feel more on top of your game, preparing yourself to flip the world around, to really step into this new energy, to rebirth yourself, which in fairness is totally in alignment with the energies right now heading toward the Leo new moon. Leo new moon is all about like you stepping into the fullness of who you are, and in doing so you totally change how the world perceives you, and thus how you perceive yourself in the world, right? So we go from like this loss to suddenly you rebirthing yourself into this new person that then attracts in this King of Pentacles, where we can allow ourselves to really observe, be patient, and trust that the seeds we've planted are coming into manifestation. And in the meanwhile, really protecting your heart, protecting your emotional balance, your emotional well-being is the prime focus. Everything else is sort of just like sitting and reviewing what's going on, because there's success in this reading, right? There's a sense of coming home. There's a sense of finding a way back into this this victory, right? Just the funny feelings I get. The Page of Swords next to this, like the Queen of Cups, like studying and holding her emotional well-being really close to her heart, like don't anyone come near. And then this Page of Swords, it's like an annoying fly that you're just like you know, it's and then again, maybe that could be an old belief system as well. A sword is mental, yeah, mind. Is that right? Yeah. Wands are fire, cups are, and yeah. So mental energy. It could be an annoying, nagging belief system, and that's why she's focusing so hard on her emotional well-being, because it's quite right for you to want to cut that out. Cut out the old, eventually cut out that reviewing. And at some point, just lay it to rest, put it down, and start focusing on your pentacles and your emotional stability and well-being, because it's here for you. In that, you get the success. You're in a healing phase right now. That's partly why you're maybe feeling withdrawn, why you're wanting to just hold tight to your pentacles and keep yourself in this rested state, because you're healing. You're healing from the past cycle. It might be that you're spending a lot of time on your own in reflection. That makes sense to me. I'm putting it on top of that world card. So this going within and going alone is what's going to help you turn the world upside down and birth your new self. The Leo new moon is July 31st, and it's a black moon, which just means it's like extra potent because it's the second new moon in 1 month cycle. It doesn't happen very often when we get two moons in 1 month, so it's like an extra potent one, especially because we're headed into this Lionsgate portal. Lionsgate, Leo, we're recycling, we're having this intense cosmic gateway to really step into our power, which means you're stepping into the authentic truth of who you are, which is this very empowered, I want to say Queen of Pentacles, but it's a Nine of Pentacles. You're breaking free from rigidity, you're breaking free from patterns of control and domination. It could have this card could have a relationship to the past, which again, for a lot of us it would do. This failed love romance probably had aspects of control in them, whether we're being controlled or we're being triggered to control other. The sun wasn't shining down upon it, so it's fair enough to lay it to rest, right? Put it down, lay it to rest. But whenever something like that, whenever we've been through something that's incredibly burdensome, we tend to kind of like protect the heart, rebalance our own individual energies. Do not rush ahead. Don't go rushing ahead. Take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. This card is always representative of like seeds we've planted. It's like watching the kettle boil or whatever that thing is. Or like you planted seeds. You're not just gonna sit there and like watch them forever. Or as in it's not that they're not gonna sprout, right? But right now this card is always a bit of a like, oh, when's it coming? When's it coming in? I'm hearing it's already here. It's already in, but there's just some annoying belief system, an annoying, nagging belief system from the past that you're getting ready to cut out. It's going to happen in your healing. Yeah, see, over there. That relationship or that situation that you let go of was definitely, it had to come to an end. It was totally toxic. There was like, you were being like baffle-gaffed. Somebody was giving you a bunch of shit, like a bunch of smoke screens in hopes of tying you down, actually. So yeah, it's good to be walking away from that or laying it to rest once and for all. And the healing is needed so that we don't attract that back in right now. Hey Alf, how are you, chica? Brilliant. Changing old patterns. Yeah, for sure. And this is so relevant to the community, right? To this collective. It's all about breaking patterns. It's all about freeing ourselves from the karma, from our ancestry, from our own life stuff, right? Which it's kind of all one thing, in fairness. It's our ability to be here in the present moment, right? Present moment is this rebirth cycle. With the healing taking place, it's just asking to stay within. Go it alone for a bit. Go it alone for a bit. Navigate the darkness of your consciousness on your own. That's going to flip the world upside down and birth you out into this new cycle. There's nines. There's and there's 2 10s. So if there's and there's 2 4s as well. So I often look at that when I'm talking about the cycles, or how long are we going to be alone, and depending on how many of the similar numbers we get. There's another 9, so it could be 9 weeks, 9 months. It could be 4 weeks, 4 months. There's more 9s than any other number though, so it's more than likely going to be like a 9-week or a 9-month thing. Ooh, baby. The Lovers card, that's a 6. Lovers, so again, we're bringing around a new cycle. But this time it's laid itself down right on top of the healing card. So an aspect of the healing, as you guys well know, it's that you're gonna fall in love with yourself. Exactly, Elf, you know it, right? So, and that's how it works for any of us. It's endeavoring this massive healing journey where we totally embrace self, fall in love with that self totally, work through all these crazy shitty patterns until we're finally free and feeling successful, feeling like we've won the battle. We've come home and we've returned a success, a victory, a triumph. Okay, now regarding the Pentacles and a sense of stability. So the King of Pentacles next to the Seven of Pentacles, it could be like an affirmation card of saying it is coming, you know. These Pentacles are coming in. And it could be that you're seeking guidance, which we all are all the time. Otherwise, we wouldn't be finding ourselves in these communities, right? We're all of us in this age of information, I think, are looking within and then navigating our external realities a little bit more mindfully, a little bit more differently. Hence, we're finding guidance in various ways. This can also be you tuning into your own inner guidance based on the healing and based on a greater sense of self-love and compassion. Self-compassion is huge. This Queen of Cups is having to really give herself some mega love, you know, huge amounts of love for herself so that she can finally cut out that pestering, old, annoying, little nagging thought that she's not good enough, she's never gonna get ahead, she's always gonna be abused and manipulated. So the guidance is gonna help steer you through and steer you out of this, right? But we already know it's so true, isn't it? And in fairness, we know this because we're creating our realities, right? So we're all co-creating the reflections that we're desiring to see in the world as we go along. And then we can reflect back to each other the validity and or the efficacy of the work that we're doing from within, just via our own individual stories, right? Our own individual uniqueness. So in this sort of moment, what we're finding is that we're just a bit suspended between two worlds, which it probably does res, right? It's this old cycle, having to review and look at all the patterns, but we're very much like reaching out for this new world, reaching out, extending ourselves, I'm hearing. And that is part of the seeking the guidance. There's some 2s coming up as well. Seeking the guidance. There are possibilities all around you. But before you split yourself in half, you've got to let go of the old. You've got to cut out that shit. That's just discipline, right? It's just a little bit of the discipline that you're wanting to anchor in, being very clear in your mind, being very attentive to the thoughts that you're thinking, to those subtle, nuancey kind of feelings and thoughts that weigh you down, that make you feel like you're never going to be able to drop the burden. What's under that? Yeah, dropping the burden, fear of not finding balance, fear of not having justice, the fear of going it alone, right? So when you drop all that stuff, we finally do have this Ace of Cups. We've got this divine, brand new beginning, this new idea, this new inspiration. I'm hearing it's like a God-given gift. That the new beginning that you're walking towards is like a divine birthright sort of thing, that it's yours. It's yours. It's a deep knowing. Hence you're suspended, but yet the seeking of the guidance is that we do know what we deserve. We do know inside what we're working towards. Intuitively, we do know what we're doing to a certain degree as well, when we're tuning in, when we're paying attention, and when we're really practicing being more discerning with the energies that we're engaging with. Of course, as I would always talk about, it's important to be engaging with energies that feel aligned and in resonance. Yeah, so there's been just a major tower moment, a major thunderbolt moment. Maybe you're having a consecutive aha, like, whoa, whoa, which in fairness, again, this is happening in a lot of the new paradigm communities. It's like the synchronicities are speeding up, the manifestations are accelerating in like an exponential way, which is partly you know, as wonderful and as exciting as it is to be manifesting awesome shit into your life, there's always going to be an aspect of letting go of old stuff as well. Hence the tower moments. Hence, like, sometimes these beautiful things that seem to get ripped out from under us because they're not really meant for us. The lesson is meant for us, which is so annoying. But you know, we all have those things, those densities that we carry that we're, as a generation, we're really ready to shed. You know, we're really ready to let go. We want to be lighter. We want to be more free in ourselves. This card feels like freedom to me as well. This is like a wanderer, a knight on his steed, but it's not even a knight. It feels like just a free spirit, and it's the freedom of this character that is the reward itself. That's the triumph of that card. It's not like some knight coming back after winning a battle, although that's what would normally be. It's more to do with like this person claiming their freedom, decorating their own wands, and claiming that freedom ultimately brings them success. They've been, you know, they've been focusing on their own balance, so they deserve that success anyway. They have been working hard. They've been working diligently, because you have a 7 up to the 9, and then the King of Pentacles. And if that's just the general flow of the Pentacles rising, then that's a really positive direction, right? And again, it's by going within. It's by looking around and within for the guidance that we're wanting to resonate with, loving ourselves, letting go of the old. You have to let go. And this is part of what's a little bit scary when it comes to manifestation, or it certainly brings up all the fear. It's that you know, what if you don't catch yourself on the other side kind of thing. But the truth of it is that we do have to let go of the old to step into the new. So this is part of that thunderbolt moment. And your inner voice is guiding you, especially with the Lover's card there. A cycle's coming round to completion. A cycle's coming to a close, but it's up leveling. It's a double, right? It's doubling up your sense of love, your sense of commitment to yourself, and your sense of being ready. Oh my God, I was just thinking, being ready to have the courage to set off on this adventure into the void. And it's going to be tough, because it's already been tough. It's going to be tough, but the success is yours. The success is yours. You know, that card's there. This card's here. There's new beginnings coming at you. There is a windfall of sorts, which doesn't always have to mean specifically like hard cash is coming into your reality. It could just be a whole bunch of new energy, new ideas. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, you've got to trust that, right? And it's deep and it's visceral. So a lot of that thunderbolt stuff, energy, and the reason why we need this love energy is because inside ourselves, it can be really, really intense to transform the shackles of our past, you know, to keep paying attention to the limiting thoughts that would hold us back ultimately from taking these steps forward. Because there's a new vision and there's possibilities all around you. Yeah, you're getting ready to break free for sure. And or you're breaking free and you're in the healing now. You're in the healing now, and part of the guidance is just the guidance to know and trust and have faith that success is yours on the other side of cutting out all this old pestery energy, this nagging, shitty, dense belief systems that really don't serve you or the collective. and you're going to trust that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune's turning around in your favor after all this stuff has been laid to rest. Okay, we're not feeling like you've been holding on. Now we're going into the darkness of our own shadow, of our own consciousness, to clear all that shit out. We're finding the courage to keep going, because right now we're really birthing a new vision. I love this card. Yeah, right. Nice. Yeah, right. I think that's part of it. Certainly with the kind of highly sensitive empath community, like, it's, or just, it would seem, you know, the spiritual path. There's gonna be alone time in the spiritual journey, in a world which would have us never take time out for ourselves and only ever be productive and busy and all that achieving stuff, right? Chasing the dream, chasing the rat race. That's all gone. You're letting all of that go now, and you're just dropping into yourself, spending some time alone. That takes freaking courage. That takes courage, you know, to really let go, of that, of the old, and swing yourself into the new after having a tower moment. Jesus, it's gonna be scary, right? But your inner voice is guiding you to infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities are yours. You are a success, you are a triumph, you are a free spirit. Part of it is just having total trust, total faith, and know who you are deep down within. Know that the world really truly is yours, but you have to be able to step into that world and let go of the old one. But have courage as you navigate the darkness and birth your new vision. Okay? There's plenty of pentacles here. There's plenty of emotional fulfillment here in the cards. It's just that you're in the healing phase right now. You're needing mega self-love. You're needing some healing. Whenever this card comes up, I hear it as sound, light, and color frequencies. So healing in the new paradigm modality, as far as, like, you know, loving yourself and using vibration, sound, color, and light, really, just to bring out your light self, bring out your love self, you know, trust in your fulfillment, trust in your abilities, because it's all here for you. Protect your heart so that you're really diligent in discerning what negative belief systems and what old energy streams that you're letting go of, emotionally speaking. You're allowed to heal that now. Yeah, because remember we had that 10 of wands. So there's some burdens that you're laying to rest, and there's certainly a couple 10s, which means that's the end. That's the end of the cycle. And because we had the thunderbolt, it was like a predestined, preordained cycle that had to happen for you to learn a whole bunch of huge lessons. But now it's coming down, or it has come down. You're in the healing phase. You're not rushing forward. You're taking stock of everything that you've created. You're a bit protected in your heart, because just for a little while, remember we talked about a 9-month gestation period, that you're going to go alone for a bit. You're going to dig in real deep, find some courage, and you're just going to basically create a completely new life for yourself. That's pretty sweet. Nice one, Cancers. Thanks a lot for being here. I hope that was useful to you. If you want to book a private reading, you can do. All the information is in the description box below. I love you guys. Thanks so much for all of your love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I haven't done Sag yet, have I? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll crack on with the readings next couple days for sure. I'll get them out. Love you guys. Have an awesome day. Peace.